Hey, Betty. Have you finally managed to finish scrubbing that chimney? Or are you still stuck in your eternal slowness and laziness? Honestly, why does it always take you forever to get anything done?
Mom, seriously? You should know by now that things take time to get done. I'm not some sort of wizard that can just wave a wand and make everything happen in a split second.
If you're looking for some extra motivation to speed things up, just imagine the pleasure of having your head whacked by a good old broomstick. How's that for an incentive, huh? Now get a move on, lazybones.
Why do you constantly resort to hitting me like that? I always strive to do my absolute best in everything you ask me, and yet you choose to respond with physical violence?
Oh, please. It's crystal clear that you can't do anything right. All you're good at is doodling some worthless garbage, just like your sorry excuse for a grandma. I swear, if you keep wasting your time with that mindless doodling, I'll have no choice but to call the hospital and have them put you in an asylum. Maybe then you'll finally realize how useless your little drawings truly are.
But, Mom, that's my passion. Drawing is something I truly love, and you know that. It's the only way I can express myself and let my creativity flow. It means a lot to me, and it's disheartening to hear you belittle it like that.
Oh, stop with the whining already, trying to get some pity from me. You're not cute and charming like your precious little sister, so quit acting like it. If you can't clean the chimney properly, then forget about attending your grandma's funeral. Got it? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how I locked you up in your room on the day of your grandpa's funeral, have you? You better step up your game if you want to be part of anything important around here.
Wait, what? I can't believe you would even consider preventing me from attending Grandma's funeral. That's beyond unfair. You know how much I loved her and how important she was to me. In fact, I was the one who stayed by her side when no one else in our family bothered to. Remember when you completely ignored her when she was in the hospital, all alone? And you didn't even bother to show up and see her one last time before she passed away. It's just not right, Mom.
Oh, look who's trying to play the moral high ground. You, my dear illiterate little brat, have the audacity to lecture your own mother? Let's not forget that you didn't even get the privilege of going to school, so spare me your judgment and comments about other people. You're in no position to act all righteous when you lack even the basic education. Know your place before opening your mouth.
Why do you always have this bias against me and constantly favor my sister? It's just not fair to me, Mom. I'm your daughter too, right? But sometimes it feels like you treat me as if I'm some kind of adopted child. Can you explain why you didn't allow me to go to school but let my sister go instead?
How many times have I explained this to you? There wasn't enough money for both of you to attend school, so it was better for you to be homeschooled.
Well, guess what? You never actually taught me anything in my entire life. Everything I know today, I had to learn on my own or from Grandma.
Wow, look at you, pretending to be all high and mighty. You're nothing more than an ugly little thing, the cursed child of our family. You're an absolute disgrace to our entire family line. Just take a good look at that birthmark on your face, it's a perfect representation of the demon you are. Count yourself lucky that I didn't abandon you right after giving birth to such an ugly demon like you.
Is that all it takes for you to hate me? Just because of a birthmark on my face? It's not like I asked for it or anything.
Oh, absolutely. You're just plain hideous, compared to your perfect little sister. Do you honestly think going to school would do you any good? You'd just be the laughingstock of your own pathetic existence. Trust me, if you actually went to school, you'd become the prime target for mockery and relentless bullying from your classmates. So, by not sending you to school, I actually did you a favor. I protected you from being subjected to all that humiliation and abuse. You should be thanking me, but hey, no need to show any gratitude.
You think I should be thanking you for keeping me locked up in the house and dumping all the household chores on me?
Oh, cry me a river. It's not like I have a choice, right? Either you or your useless grandma has to handle the chores. But now that my oh-so-pathetic mom is no longer around, it's all conveniently dumped on you. Don't even think about slacking off, because if you do, I'll make sure you regret ever being bored. Got it? Remember what happened last time you tried to dodge your responsibility? You got a nice little brick on your head. Yeah, that's right. Don't mistake my occasional kindness for weakness or think you can take advantage of me.
What do you mean by dodge my responsibilities? I wasn't trying to avoid anything. I was just trying to find something to keep myself warm because I didn't have enough clothes on. You hardly ever bought me new clothes, and you always took the ones Grandma got for me and gave them to Charlotte. It was freezing cold, and any decent mother would never do that to their own child.
What's so hard to comprehend? I simply did what any loving parent would do, which is to shower my favorite child with the best of everything. As for you, well, you get nothing because, let's face it, you're just an ugly and unwanted burden. Now get your sorry self back to the housework, Betty. After cleaning that chimney, you better tend to the livestock and water the plants perfectly, or else I'll have the pleasure of breaking your arms. And just so you know, I'll lock you up tight inside this house so you won't even have a chance to attend Grandma's funeral.
Tomorrow.
Betty, you've really got some nerve. How could you possibly think it's okay to steal jewelry from Grandma and keep it hidden for yourself like that?
Huh? What on earth are you talking about, Charlotte? I'm completely lost. Can you please explain?
Listen up, genius. Cut the act and spare me this stupidity. How do you justify this stunning gemstone ring I've got right in front of me, huh?
Wait, hold up. What's the deal with you eyeing my gemstone ring? I distinctly remember keeping it in a secure spot. Did you go snooping around in my room? Hand it over.
Oh, please. You think I'm just gonna hand it back to you, you little thief? The ring is sitting pretty on my finger, which means it's mine now, fair and square. If you've got any issues with that or dare to make a move, I'll make sure our parents find out about your little stealing escapade. Trust me, they'll know how to give you a proper lesson.
What are you talking about? I didn't steal anything from anyone. In fact, Grandma passed down this ring to me as an heirloom before she left us. So, naturally, it's rightfully mine.
Then why did Grandma never mention this ring to anyone in her family? I bet you snatched it from her the moment she took her last breath, didn't you? You were the only one lurking around when Grandma kicked the bucket. So it's all too convenient for you to have swiped the ring right from under her nose. No wonder you were so damn keen on sticking by her side during her final moments. It was all part of your sneaky little plan to get your grubby hands on that ring, huh, you conniving thief?
I'm telling you, I didn't steal it. You've got to trust me on this one. Grandma specifically asked me to keep the ring a secret because she knew if our family found out, you'd be all over it, trying to snatch it from me.
Listen up, you sniveling brat. Shut your mouth and hand over the damn ring like a good little lamb. If you dare to make a fuss, I'll make sure Mom and Dad find out, and trust me, you'll be in for a world of pain. I'm just being considerate here, protecting you from the beatdown our loving parents would dish out. So do yourself a favor and save your sorry self from the consequences.
Please give me the ring back. It holds immense sentimental value for me. It's the only thing I have left that reminds me of Grandma.
Wow, look at you, begging and pleading. It's quite entertaining, actually. I get a kick out of seeing you squirm and wallow in misery. Keep it up, it's music to my ears.
Charlotte. You're really testing my patience here. I can't believe you actually took my stuff without asking like that.
Oh man, look at you, the black sheep of the family. And let's not forget, you're not just ugly, you're freaking ugly and stupid. Seriously, did you even step foot in a school? Can you even read or write? I bet you're clueless. You're such a clown, it's hilarious. Just face it. You're destined to be the family servant, forever and ever. No way out of that one.
1 week later.
Mom, I'm leaving, just want to give you a heads up.
Oh, what's this? You're leaving? Can you even comprehend basic instructions? I explicitly told you to wash the dishes and clean the toilet for me. But of course, you conveniently forgot. Now that your dear old grandma is gone, you can't rely on her to cover for your lazy, worthless self anymore. So don't you dare think you're some kind of princess in this household. You're nothing but a pathetic servant, and it's about time you start acting like one.
Mom, didn't I just tell you plain and simple? I'm leaving this house, and I won't be coming back.
Did you bump your head or what? What do you think you are, deciding to up and leave this house? This isn't some fancy hotel where you can just waltz in and out whenever you please, you know?
Look, Mom, Grandma was the only one who really cared about me for who I am. But now that she's gone, I don't see any reason to keep living in this house. I mean, what's the point of staying in a place where I don't feel welcome and just end up being treated like a servant?
Hold up, hold up. You think you're just gonna walk out of this house? Think again. Who's gonna take care of all the household chores? Who's gonna handle all the farming tasks? Definitely not me, your dad, or your little sister. She's too pretty, and we're too damn old to do any real work. Listen up, you're not allowed to step 1 foot outside of this house, got it? If you even dare to try, I'll personally break your legs and toss you out in the woods for the wolves to have a feast. So think twice before you make any stupid moves, kiddo.
Wait, what? How can you be so cold-hearted towards your own family? Did you honestly mean all those hurtful things you said to me?
Of course I meant what I said, silly. And let's not pretend I'm clueless about your little act of snatching that gemstone ring from my mom gave to my daughter. So, do the right thing and hand it over to me, right now.
Huh? That ring actually belongs to me, and I was just reclaiming what's rightfully mine. What's the big deal about that?
Spare me the lies, you filthy mouth. Everyone knows you swiped that ring from my daughter, so quit playing dumb and hand it over, now. Don't push me to repeat myself again. Or maybe I'll have to break a bone or two, or perhaps knock you out cold. It's your call, really.
You're out of your mind, Mom. I've already got my stuff all packed up, and I'm about to hit the road. So there's absolutely no way you're gonna make me stay here. Goodbye, Mom. This is the last time we talk to each other.
What? I don't give you permission to go anywhere. Got it? Betty. I'm telling you, you're gonna face some serious consequences for denying my orders. I'm dead serious, Betty. Are you listening to me? This isn't the end of it between us.
2 days later.
Mom, do you think that Betty is already dead? I'm feeling really uneasy and scared. I really hope nobody finds out about what we did.
Yeah, no doubt she's gone. I mean, that hit was brutal. I whacked her from behind with this massive wooden log, remember? And then we went ahead and buried her way deep in the woods, 6 feet under. Trust me, there's no way she's magically coming back to life. It's like, totally impossible.
Yeah. Mom, I'm just feeling a bit freaked out, you know?
No need, dear. I'm always here for you. I've got your back all the way. Trust me, Betty is long gone, like seriously gone. Now we can just kick back and enjoy the massive inheritance that Grandma left us.
What inheritance, Mom? Last I checked, Grandma didn't leave us anything except for those lame paintings. She was pretty much broke her whole life, you know that.
Well, think again, Charlotte. Why do you think we went through all that crazy stuff, chasing after Betty, knocking her out, and burying her way deep in the jungle? Don't you remember what we gained from it all?
You mean, that ring Grandma gave Betty?
Well, look what I found in the newspaper. Get this, that little gemstone ring we got under our hands on? Turns out, it's some ancient relic, probably centuries old. And if we sell it, we're taking millions of dollars, easy peasy. I can't believe my own mom hid such a valuable ring for us all this time. I bet she purposely stashed it away so she could pass it on to Betty after she kicked the bucket. Sneaky old lady.
Wait, seriously, Mom? Millions of dollars? Oh my gosh, that's insane. We're gonna be filthy rich. I'm freaking out with excitement. I can't wait for all the awesome things we'll do.
You got it, sweetheart. It's time to start getting used to the idea of being rich because pretty soon we'll be waving goodbye to this poor countryside life, saying hello to a whole new world of luxury and extravagance. Get ready for the fabulous life.
Woohoo! It's awesome that we finally kicked Betty out for good, you know? Who knows what kind of crazy stuff she would pulled off if we kept her around. Even if we had snatched the ring from her, she'd stop at nothing to reclaim it. I mean, come on, who can resist a massive pile of cash? Definitely not me, no way.
I dig your mindset, Charlotte. You're spot on. It's smarter to squash the danger before it creeps up on us again. It's just plain common sense, you feel me? Alright, honey, it's time to hit the sack and have some lovely dreams. Before you know it, we'll be sitting on a fancy gold throne, living the life of luxury we've always dreamed of. Sleep tight, my dear.
Tomorrow.
Hey, Mom, you won't believe what happened yesterday. It was weird, and I'm freaking out right now. I can't even begin to explain it.
What's wrong, dear? Just tell me, Mama's right here for you.
OMG, Mom. You won't believe what I discovered in the basement this morning. There were these creepy footprints going in and out, like someone had been sneaking around. So, of course, I had to investigate and see if anything was gone. But guess what? Nothing was missing.
What? Someone sneaked into our basement but didn't take anything? It just doesn't add up.
I know, it's insane. I had the exact same thought. But here's the thing, when I took a closer look at those footsteps, they were seriously giving me the heebie-jeebies. Like, they were red, as if, blood. Can you believe it? I'm getting major goosebumps just thinking about it.
What? Bloody footsteps? That sounds crazy. Who in the world do you think left those creepy tracks?
Well, I can't say for sure, but based on the size of those footprints, it's possible they belong to Betty.
What? J. Betty? Are you sure? But we already took care of her, remember? We buried her deep in the woods, so there's no way she could be alive and kicking now. You must be mistaking those footprints for someone else's. Please don't tell me you're messing with me here. Joking about stuff like this is totally not cool, you know?
I'm dead serious here, especially when it's about stuff like this. I got all suspicious about those footsteps and decided to head back to where we buried Betty just to be sure. But there was absolutely no sign of the ground being dug up or anything.
See? I told you. Betty is already gone, no way she's coming back to life, believe me. I gave her a good whack on the back of the head, and she was out like a light. Trust me, she's toast right now.
But how do you explain those creepy bloody footsteps going in and out of the basement? And wait, I totally forgot to mention this before. But I saw someone had written "You'll pay the price" on the basement's wall in bright red paint. I don't know, Mom, but something feels seriously off here. There's gotta be something super weird going on that we don't know about.
Oh, come on. Don't be so touchy. It's probably just some nosy neighbor trying to stir up trouble. Remember, we're about to hit the jackpot and become super rich. Nothing's gonna stand in our way, okay?
All right, Mom. I'm with you on this one. Let's sell that ring and make bank. We're gonna be super rich.
3 days later.
Remember me, Mom?
Huh. Who's this? Do I know you?
Well, how could you forget about your own daughter so quickly? It's me, Betty, your oldest daughter.
W what? J. Betty? Is that really you?
That's right, it's me. Bet you didn't expect me to show up, huh?
Wait, hold on a second. How on earth can you be here? This makes absolutely no sense at all.
Well, why can't I be here? Oh, I see, you thought I was already 6 feet under, huh? Hate to burst your bubble, but I'm very much alive and kicking. And guess what? I'm here to reclaim justice for myself. You and your daughter better brace yourselves for the consequences headed your way. The long arm of the law won't let you slip away.
I honestly have no idea what kind of garbage you're babbling about. So, do us all a favor and get the hell out of my life. My family will be way better off without a leech like you lingering around.
Listen up, Layla. If it were up to me, I'd avoid talking to you like the plague. But I had no choice but to stand up for myself and seek the justice I deserve. You need to face the consequences of all the torment you put me through. Do you even realize you nearly took my life?
Oh, please enlighten me, what on earth have I ever done to you, huh? Quit spewing these unfounded accusations without a shred of evidence to back them up.
Oh, let me refresh your memory about exactly what went down that day. While I was simply protecting my stuff from Charlotte's nosy hands. You cowardly snuck up from behind and hit me on the back of my head with a wooden log, knocking me out cold. And then, to cover your tracks, you dragged my unconscious body into the woods, buried me like some disposable trash, and made a run for it. Luckily, a hunter happened to pass by and notice his dog sniffing around the very spot where you left me to rot. He dug me out and saved me from being buried alive.
Wait, hold up. So you're telling me you didn't bite the dust from that hit? How's that even possible? I vividly remember giving you a solid knock on the back of your head. No one could have survived that, right?
No way, Layla. Somehow I managed to survive that hit. I'm still standing and ready to serve up some sweet revenge on you and your daughter. I can't believe you were actually willing to kill me just to snatch the ring Grandma gave me. That's some next level of greed and cruelty.
Hold up, wait a minute. So you're telling me you're still alive? Did you sneak into my house the other day and try to give my daughter a fright? How dare you pull a stunt like that?
What on earth are you talking about? Why would I even consider going back to the house while you and Charlotte are still hanging around? So you can have another go at trying to kill me? I'm not crazy, you know.
What? Then who the hell sneaked into my house that day? You better spill the beans and tell me right now.
How should I know? Look, you better brace yourself because I'm gonna make you pay big time, and you'll be behind bars before you know it.
Let's not forget that I still have that precious ring Grandma gave you. That little trinket happens to be an ancient relic worth millions of dollars. So here's my brilliant plan. I'm gonna sell that ring, rake in the cash, and use it to bribe the judge. With a little greasing of palms, my daughter and I will be walking away scot-free from any prison sentence. Oh, the sheer genius of my master plan.
Are you really that out of touch with reality, Layla? Do you honestly believe that money can magically save you from a murder charge? The police are already on their way, so running or hiding won't do you any good. Just face the music and cooperate with them. Being honest about your wrongdoing might help, but I can't guarantee it'll make your sentence any easier. Oh, and don't fret about being lonely in prison, because your daughter will be right there with you.
What? How could you even think about sending your own mom to jail? Are you some kind of cold-blooded monster? Come on, Betty, let's take a step back and reconsider your decision. We messed up, sure, but that doesn't define who we are as a family. The truth is, I'm still the same loving mom you've always known and respected. Please, my sweet Betty, find it in your heart to spare me this time. I'm willing to give up everything, the house, Grandma's ring, you name it. Just don't throw me behind bars, 'cause I'm genuinely scared here.
Oh, really? So now, when things aren't going your way, you decide to play the loving mommy card, huh? Spare me the fake sentiment, Layla, it's laughable. Well, get ready to face the consequences of your actions and take a nice long trip to prison. You can sit there and ponder the magnitude of your sins. Layla and Charlotte attempted to flee from the house, but their taste of freedom was short-lived as the police quickly apprehended them. What astonished me was their complete lack of denial. They openly confessed to the entire twisted scheme of trying to end my life. Throughout the police interrogation, they exhibited evident terror, constantly pleading for forgiveness from Grandma. It was as if they could see her right before their eyes. After Layla and Charlotte were incarcerated, my father decided to move to a different area, fearing the rumors and whispers of the neighbors. As for me, I returned to the old house, where I had endured countless harrowing experiences but also treasured numerous beautiful memories with Grandma. With the proceeds from selling the ring, I was able to establish an art gallery, showcasing both Grandma's and my own artwork. To my amazement, the gallery attracted a substantial number of visitors who expressed immense admiration for our paintings. Some even offered substantial amounts to acquire Grandma's artwork. Now, I am resolute in pursuing my artistic career and chasing my dreams, with the ultimate aim of bringing pride to Grandma.
Emily, I'm just texting you to let you know that Kevin will be staying over tonight. That's fine with you, right?
Oh, really? That's totally fine. Is everything okay, at home? It's a bit unusual to get a text from you in the middle of the day.
Yeah, everything's fine. I just had a little mishap while cooking and cut my finger.
Oh no.
Are you okay? That must have been painful.
Oh, it's nothing serious. Just a minor cut.
That's a relief. But please be more careful next time. I'll keep that in mind. And guess what? As soon as I texted Kevin about it, he rushed home.
I told him it was nothing to worry about, but he insisted on helping me out. He even helped me put on a Band-Aid.
That's really sweet of him. Considering we live an hour away from you guys, he must really care about his mom.
He sure does. He's always been caring since he was little. As his mom, it makes me proud to see him grow into such a gentleman.
He truly is a gentleman. I'm lucky to be married to someone who cares so much about his family. Anyway, I should get back to work now. Take care of your finger.
Wait. That's it?
Excuse me?
You don't seem too concerned about me getting hurt.
But you said.
And yes, Kevin came over to help, but what about you? You don't expect me to do all the housework with an injured finger, do you? I can't even cook because my finger hurts so much.
But you said it was just a small cut. And Kevin is there with you.
So what?
He can take care of things at home. If you need me there, I'll come as soon as I finish work. I just didn't want to impose since you've been wanting some space lately.
That's not true at all. I cut my finger while cooking and still have the house to clean and laundry to do. Plus, we've guests coming over tomorrow, so the house needs to be spotless.
So you need someone to clean up and do the laundry?
That's not what I meant. If you don't want to come over, that's your choice. But remember, it's always good to show respect to your in-laws by being there when they need help. Not that I'm forcing you or anything.
All right, I get it. I'll come over after work.
Great. And could you pick up some groceries on your way here? I'll send you a list of things we need.
Sure thing. I'll stop by the supermarket on my way.
And once you're done with everything, feel free to head home. No need for you to stay overnight.
Wait, so once I'm done with everything, you're just going to send me off?
Oh, Emily, don't make it sound like that.
Just kidding. But it would be nice if I could stay the night. Since it'll be late by the time everything is done, and it's been a long day at work for me too.
It's only an hour drive sack home from here, Emily. You won't be staying overnight here.
What? Why not?
Because Kevin and I have some catching up to do.
Are you saying that you don't want me around? I can just stay in a different room while you guys catch up.
That's not the point, Emily. You get to spend every day with Kevin. I haven't seen him since last week. I miss him. He misses me too. We need some alone time together, okay?
It's only been a week since you last time you saw him. He visits you almost every weekend.
What is your problem? I just want to spend time with Kevin. Is it so wrong to want some alone time with my sweet son?
Fine. I understand. I'll leave after I cook dinner.
And after you do the dishes and laundry. Don't forget.
Right. See you later.
3 weeks later.
Hi, Emily. Guess what? I've got some thrilling news to share.
What's up?
Kevin has landed a new job.
What? A new job? Did he quit his old one?
Yes, indeed. He's embarking on a new journey from next Monday. I'm over the moon for him. It's such a proud moment to see my son taking this leap in his life.
He never mentioned anything about this to me. I thought he was quite content with his work. Why would he quit?
Oh, isn't it wonderful? I'm so proud of him for venturing into something new.
Something new? You mean his job is entirely different from his previous profession? I thought he was passionate about being an engineer.
Well, he's not an engineer anymore. I'm not entirely sure what his new role is. But he mentioned that a friend invited him to join and that he gets paid per job. What? And you didn't try to dissuade him?
Dissuade him? Why would I? I'll always support my son no matter what. It sounds like his job is commission-based. If he works a lot, he gets paid. But if not, he won't earn much.
Okay, I don't see the issue here. If you have any concerns, feel free to discuss it with him directly.
Don't you think it's a bit risky? We don't know how well he'll perform in this new role. It could be challenging, especially since it's something new for him. Plus, the instability of income in such jobs is concerning.
Well, we can't predict that. I have faith in my boy. Why don't you show some faith in your husband and support him?
Believe me, as his wife, I want nothing more than to be happy for him and support him. But a job like that means more work hours and less stability. As a full-time employee, he won't have company benefits like insurance coverage or paid sick leave. It worries me thinking about our future. It's shocking that he didn't discuss this with me before quitting his job.
Darling, you're overthinking it. Everything will fall into place. Besides, you have a stable job too. As long as you're earning steadily, there's no need to worry about Kevin.
Yes, but my income alone isn't sufficient for both of us to live comfortably. If our income decreases any further, we'll struggle to make ends meet.
If money is such a concern for you, why don't you consider getting a part-time job over the weekends?
That's impossible. When will I get time to rest? My weekends are already packed with work. There's no way I can take on another responsibility. Karen, you're not understanding the gravity of the situation here. If Kevin's income decreases, I won't be able to afford your rent.
What? You can't do that. Do you realize how much I depend on that rent to maintain my house?
Exactly. That's why we need your help in convincing him to find a more stable job. I'll talk to him too, but I know your words will carry more weight.
I can't do that, Emily. He was so thrilled while talking about his new job.
I'm sure this is just another one of his phases, where he gets excited about something new, only to lose interest soon after.
How dare you talk about my son like that?
I just want him to be more pragmatic when it comes to such decisions. He's not a student anymore who can easily switch paths.
Why can't you just be a supportive wife instead of being so negative? What's the point of being married if you can't even support your own husband?
I believe I've been more than supportive.
What do you mean by that?
I've been taking care of our living expenses, even paying your rent. When Kevin wanted to learn guitar, I bought him a new one. Do you? You know when was the last time he played it? It's been months now and now it's just gathering dust. And remember his dream of becoming an engineer? I supported him through college and now look what he's doing. It's hard to believe he'd give up something he worked so hard for.
How dare you say that? You should be grateful that Kevin even considered marrying someone like you. It's a miracle that you're even married in the first place.
Excuse me?
Don't play dumb. He's told me everything. You come home late almost every night because of work, leaving Kevin to take care of most of the housework. You're failing as a wife.
Karen, you don't understand. Kevin and I have agreed on how we manage our household chores. Since Kevin works from home, he has more time to take care of the house. He knows how busy I am with work. On weekends, I take over the cooking and cleaning while he gets to rest. We believe this is a fair division of responsibilities.
Well, when I spoke to Kevin, he seemed unhappy with the arrangement.
If he has any issues, you should discuss them with me instead of involving you.
Well, you figure that out with him. I don't want to get caught in your marital drama. Just remember to be a good wife and support your husband. Okay?
Over 1 month later.
Emily, I'm thinking about having my husband's 2nd anniversary of death at our home this year.
Okay.
Can I ask you to prepare the food and catering? We're having a lot of guests this year. I'm so busy these days I've got no time to do it.
What? You're asking me to do it? Why won't you prepare for it? It's your husband's anniversary of death.
Oh, were you talking back to me? Kevin is busy with his new job, but you have time, don't you? I bet you're bored out of your mind.
I have a full-time job. I wouldn't call myself bored.
Well, I have a bunch of things to do. Okay, now you're gonna help me out. Preparing for the anniversary as my daughter-in-law. You better not embarrass me in front of all my guests.
Fine. I understand how many guests will be attending. What kind of catering do you want?
Oh, don't you understand? I'm putting you in charge so I won't have to deal with all that. You need to figure it out yourself.
How am I supposed to know anything if this is my first time attending the anniversary? I don't even know who you invited last year.
Well, have you heard of the internet before? Look it up. I can't believe you're so reliant on me.
I'll send you a list of guests. But you're going to have to figure out the rest by yourself, okay? Hold on. You can't leave me to take care of everything. Where do I even begin? Karen.
Several months later.
Where on earth do you think you're off to, young lady?
I'm heading out to wash this wine out of my hair. Thanks to you. My dress is ruined and so is my hair.
Honey, I did you a favor by darkening the color of the dress. I told you the dress code was black, not gray.
I'm sorry, but this was the only dress I had, okay? Also, the color is dark gray. You can't even tell the difference.
Either way, you broke the rules. You just love ruining everything, don't you?
Says the one who caused a scene in front of everyone. I can't believe you do this in front of all of our guests.
What I can't believe is the way you humiliated me in front of everyone. What kind of catering service is this? How is it acceptable to have pasta at an event like this? And the flowers? Who brings roses to an anniversary of death? Are you trying to embarrass me and my husband?
Karen, I asked you multiple times to make sure if it was all right with you. And you said you were fine with it.
I didn't think you'd get it from a cheap caterer. I was expecting it to be more fancy. Oh, I can't imagine how shocked everyone must have been.
Well, excuse me for not living up to your high standards. But that doesn't give you the right to douse me in wine. Look at my dress.
It absolutely does. You embarrassed me first, so I returned the favor. Ever heard of karma?
Have you lost your mind?
You're the one causing all this drama. This is all on you.
What are you even saying? No one complained about the food. They all loved it.
They were just being polite. You're so naive.
You just wanted an excuse to humiliate me. For your own amusement. Grow up, Karen.
Watch your tongue with me, young lady.
Enough is enough. What did I ever do to deserve this?
I'm teaching you a lesson for being an unsupportive wife to my son. Now that you're part of our family, you need to follow our rules.
What are you talking about?
Must I really spell it out for you? You are hardly a pillar of support when Kevin landed his new job.
What? That's a lie. After giving it some thought, I decided to stand by my husband. I pushed him to chase his dreams.
Oh, so now you're the epitome of a supportive wife? Suddenly you're doing what's expected of you as his wife. You don't get a say in anything. You just toe the line and back your husband in whatever he chooses to do. It's that simple.
What? That doesn't sound like an equal partnership at all. It's as if I'm a puppet dancing to your absurd tunes. There's no way Kevin is fine with the way you're treating me.
Oh, darling, Kevin has no issues with me. Didn't you notice? He didn't come to your aid when I drenched you in wine. He didn't even follow you to the restroom. It's clear that he supports my actions. He's on my team. He's on my team. It seems like you're all alone. No one's here to help you. Not even your husband. How pitiful.
Well, I'm sure he has his reasons. He's probably torn about which side to choose. I know how much you mean to him, so he probably doesn't want to upset you.
Sure. Keep deluding yourself with that thought, okay? Anyway, get back here now.
No, I think I need some time away. I need some fresh air to clear my head. I can't handle this anymore. I've reached my limit.
Don't be ridiculous. You don't have anywhere else to go. No, you have no choice but to remain our puppet for the rest of your life.
No, I refuse to accept that. I'm not your puppet, Karen. I'm your daughter-in-law. You need to start treating me with dignity.
You don't have a say in this, sweetheart. You better abide by my rules.
Or else what, Karen? What happens if I don't play by your rules? I don't care what you think. I'm leaving and never returning here.
How dare you? Who do you think you are? You have nowhere else to go. No one would take in someone as lowly as you. You should be thankful that we're willing to include you in our family. I'm offering you a chance here. Now get back here and apologize to all our guests for storming out in the middle of the ceremony. If not, there will be hell to pay for you.
Why should I apologize? I haven't done anything wrong. The only reason why I left in the first place is because you spilled wine all over me.
Oh, stop being so melodramatic. Just get back here this instant.
You can't control me anymore, Karen. I'm done with your games.
Excuse me? You live to regret this, young lady.
The next day.
Miss Call. Emily, pick up the phone. I've been trying to reach you for ages. What's going on?
What do you need?
Finally, you answer. I've been worried sick. You vanished without a trace. Everyone was asking about you yesterday and I had to cover for you. It was mortifying. Where are you? You need to come home right now.
Karen, there's no way I'm coming back. Didn't I make myself clear?
Excuse me? Your job is to listen and obey. Now you're coming home because I said so.
Karen, it doesn't work like that. You're not the center of the universe. You're not my mother and I can make my own decisions. I'm not coming back because I don't want to be around you anymore. I'm tired of being bossed around and treated like a doormat. Enough is enough.
How dare you speak to me like that? Remember who you're talking to.
So if I stop being your daughter-in-law, does that mean I can speak freely?
What nonsense are you spouting now? Are you implying that you're divorcing my son? That's laughable. You wouldn't dare.
Actually, it's not a joke. In fact, I've already divorced Kevin. Congratulations are in order for me. I'm no longer your daughter-in-law. I'm free from both of you.
What? Are you serious?
Well, I filed the divorce papers this morning. So, goodbye.
This is too much to take in. You never mentioned anything about a divorce before. You can't just leave like this.
Yes. I can and I have. Didn't Kevin tell you anything? It seems he loves his mommy more than his wife, since he always chooses your side over mine. So I gave him an ultimatum. It was either you or me. And he chose to sign the divorce papers. Her marriage didn't even last a year.
What? Kevin agreed to the divorce?
Well, if you want all the juicy details. Why don't you ask your darling son Kevin? As for me, I've got better things to do than to waste my time talking to you. Like packing up Kevin's stuff.
What? Why are you packing his things?
Isn't it obvious? I don't want any reminders of my ex-husband in my house.
Wait, are you kicking him out of his own house?
Oh yes, Karen. He's no longer welcome here.
This house belongs to Kevin. You have no right to kick him out. If anyone should be leaving, it's you.
What are you talking about? This house was mine to begin with, and Kevin moved in after we got married. Now that we're divorced, I have every right to ask him to leave. And from this moment on, I'm cutting you off completely. I won't be paying your rent anymore.
What? You can't do that. How can you be so heartless towards your own family? I'm Kevin's mother, which technically makes me your mother too.
You're delusional, Karen. That's not how it works. Who do you think you are? It's unbelievable how self-centered you are. You should know better at your age.
I gave birth to Kevin. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have met him in the first place. You owe me. That's why you're going to continue paying my rent.
Oh, really? You gave birth to him? But can you honestly say you raised him well?
How dare you?
What kind of man expects his wife to pay his mother's rent? And he never stood up for me when you treated me like a servant. But then again, he is a mommy's boy, isn't he? He always puts his mommy first.
That's just how we are, okay?
You have no right to judge us.
Oh, I'm sorry for reacting to your irrational and insane behavior.
I must be crazy for standing up for myself.
You insolent. Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to a self-entitled woman who thinks the world revolves around her. I'm no longer your daughter-in-law, Karen. You can't force your ridiculous expectations on me anymore.
How dare you? You will regret this, young lady.
My only regret is not leaving sooner. But now I have a bright future ahead of me. Without having to worry about losing $1,300 every month on your rent. That money is mine to use as I please.
You're joking. You're not really going to stop paying my rent, are you?
As I said before, Karen, I'm no longer responsible for your rent. Now that Kevin and I are divorced, I don't owe you anything.
How can this be happening?
Because we're strangers now, Karen.
But what about my rent? If you stop paying it, I won't be able to live here.
Well then, find another way to pay for it, like asking your son.
But Kevin has his own expenses to take care of. He can't afford mine as well.
Then get a job. You're not even at retirement age yet. There must be something out there for you.
Do you realize how long it's been since I last worked? There's no way I can find a job now. The only reason I was able to stay at home all these years was because my husband was wealthy. What am I going to do now?
Well, didn't your husband leave behind an inheritance? Why don't you live off that?
Well, I've already spent all of it.
Oh, right. Of course, you would. It seems like being irresponsible runs in the family. Like mother like son.
Excuse me? Who do you think you are judging me like that? This is all your fault. You should be the one fixing this.
How is this my fault? If you had treated me with respect, I would have stayed. But maybe not. I don't want a husband who can't cut the umbilical cord. You and Kevin brought this on yourselves. Betrayal? Maybe you should have thought about that before treating me like a servant. You should treat people with respect, Karen. It took me a while to realize that what you were doing to me was wrong. But now I know, and I'm standing up for myself. I deserve a better life.
But what about Kevin? How could you abandon my poor boy?
He's an adult now. He'll manage.
You're kicking him out, aren't you? What is he supposed to do?
I don't know, Karen. Maybe he'll have to live on the streets if he can't find another job. Like I said, it's not my problem. He shouldn't have quit his job without thinking of the consequences. From what I heard, he's only making $1,500 a month. You won't have any money left if he pays your rent. Oh, how tragic.
Oh, you're enjoying this, aren't you? Do you know what else you are? You're a leech that sucked all the happiness out of our lives.
I'm a leech? Look who's talking. The only despicable leech here is you. You made your daughter-in-law pay your rent for months. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Watch your mouth, young lady. Remember who you're talking to.
No. I don't need to watch my mouth anymore. In fact, you should be careful about what you say to me. You might not realize it. But the tables have turned.
What are you talking about?
Just imagine what everyone will think when they find out about how you and Kevin treated me. You called me a slave and told me that. I should be grateful for being allowed to live in such a terrible environment. I worked hard while you sat back and spent my money.
Well, I was just trying to teach you a lesson.
A lesson? Like when you humiliated me in front of everyone by pouring wine all over me. Did anyone cheer for your brave act? No one did. Everyone was too shocked to say anything. You don't know this, but everyone called me after the party to express their sympathy.
What?
That's right. They even told me that the catering was fine. And everyone was worried about me instead. And guess what? Everyone left after I did. They didn't want anything to do with you after witnessing your behavior.
You ruined everything.
Fine. Keep blaming me if it makes you feel better. But soon enough, you'll realize that no one is going to help you anymore. Goodbye, Karen.
Wait. Look. I'm sorry for everything. We shouldn't have treated you like that. So please don't leave us.
Your apology means nothing to me now, Karen.
Please. I'll tell Kevin to find a stable job.
It doesn't matter even if he does find a new job. It won't change how I see him. As a man who always chooses his mother over his wife. Tell him that I prefer men who are independent and masculine.
Listen, he's had a change of heart. He regrets choosing me over you. Please give us another chance.
People don't change overnight, Karen.
What are we supposed to do now? We need you.
You only need me as your personal bank. I'm sorry, but the bank is closed. No more withdrawals. Have a nice day.
No, please. I'm truly sorry for being so selfish. I promise I won't do anything to hurt you again. I'll do whatever it takes to make amends.
Well, there is one thing you could do.
What is it? Just tell me. I'll do anything.
Please disappear and never show your face again. That's all I ask. I threw Kevin and his stuff out of my house. I told my parents everything that happened, and they were shocked and worried. They came to stay with me for a while in case he tried anything. But he did. He and Karen showed up at my door several times, begging me to forgive them. They wanted me to move back in with them and help them pay their rent. They were so pathetic. They were so pathetic and clueless. It got so bad that we had to call the cops on them. I warned them that I would get a restraining order if they didn't leave me alone. Luckily, they got the message after the police talked to them. They ended up renting a crappy old apartment. Kevin got a new job as an engineer, but it wasn't enough to support both of them. Karen had to work too, as a cashier at a supermarket. Meanwhile, I got an opportunity to work in another city. I thought it was a perfect chance to start over and forget about Kevin. I sold my house and left town. I didn't look back. I was ready for new adventures in a new city and a new life.